What's up, Sneaky Nation? Sneaky P here, back with all the news after week number 5 and year number 6 of our Columbus Aviators franchise, where the Aviators picked up their second straight loss of the season. What really could have been the third straight loss had it not been for a kick return for a touchdown. And things are starting to go downhill a bit for the Aviators. Next up, we do have a favorable matchup, but it is against a division opponent, and anything can happen in those games. Next up, though, is the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're going to have to check out their lineup. We also might need to adjust the sliders a little bit. I don't want to change it around too much, but we really have a much better offensive line than is indicated. With our offensive line, we really should be averaging more than 3 yards a carry, which seems to be what we are doing right now this season. I think we have a good enough running back and a good enough offensive line that shouldn't be the case. We're also unable to defend anything. The other teams have been getting nearly 9-10 yards of play on us. Our corners are always out of position. We're not doing a great job stopping the run. Nothing is going our way at the moment. And I'm okay with more of a challenge. I do think we need to be a bit better in coverage, though. I'm not planning on adjusting things too much, but it is something I do want to take care of just a little bit. Try to make it a bit more realistic. Again, our run blocking has just been absurdly awful. We're not getting anything. I'm going to move it up by 5 to 20. If that's too much, we'll move it back down. The other thing is pass defense reaction time. I'm going to put this on 90 to see if that works. And then their run blocking, it's on 95. I'm going to bring it down to 90. Just minor changes. Again, if it changes it too much one way or another, I will adjust it back. Now, we do have the Jags next week. Let's go check out their lineup. But before we do that, let's look at the weekly awards and see what we've got going on. Week 5, Dez Bryant, 13 catches, 201 yards, and 3 touchdowns. His teammate Jenkins with 8 tackles and 2 interceptions. Brandon Marshall, 17 tackles and a sack. And then Dalton Crosby for the Houston Texans, 30 of 42, 5 passing touchdowns for him. And that is a good day for him. Let's go ahead and check out the Jags here. We'll look at their injury report first, though, and see what we are dealing with. And we should have everybody back but Williamson, and that is the case. So let's go ahead and find the Jags up here. And they are missing Kyron Cosby, 82 overall, young wide receiver. He's going to miss this week. After that, he will be back for their team, though. And then Antoine Felton out for the season, 86 overall defensive tackle. That is a big blow to their team. Let's see who they have to replace him now. Go ahead and go to the depth chart here. And these division games, we're playing the Jags twice within the next 3 weeks. So it's going to be interesting to see how these matchups go. And Kerry Patrick, the former Aviator, is going to be their starting quarterback. Now, they do have second-year pro Wes Garrett here. Might look more like a traditional quarterback, but that's not who they're going to go with. They're going to go ahead and go with Patrick. And we have put a lot of time into getting his accuracy up. And so he might be able to pick our defense apart. He knows how our defense thinks, and that's going to be an interesting matchup there. At running back, they have Alfred Morse and Carlos Hyde. At fullback, Leonard here. At wide receiver, Allen Robinson, Parker Hester leaving the Colts to join the Jags. Really a lot of good weapons here, including Emmanuel Sanders. And then Cosby, he is injured right now, but they've got some good players there. Julius Thomas at tight end for him. Just playmakers all over the field on offense for them. Their offensive line, though, not great on the left side. However, the right side, they do have a good guard. They don't have a good right tackle, though. Left end, Josh Gardner, the third-year pro there. Eli Harold moving over to right end for them. At defensive tackle, Jesse Williams, and this is where that injury comes into play for them. Left outside linebacker, Hitchens, and this is where their team really struggles. Not a good defense here for the Jags, and that is probably why teams are beating them right now. They're sitting at 1-4 on the season. Now, they do have star cornerback Demetrius McCray out of Appalachian State. I'm kidding. I know he's not a star. I'm just messing with you guys. Calm down. Free safety Ed Reynolds here and Vincent Snow. Now, we do know all about Vincent Snow. He is actually a great playmaker for their defense, but overall, not a good defense for the Jags. But then again, we should have beat the Browns too, and we couldn't make it happen. So it's going to be interesting to see how things play out with this game. The Aviators are not looking good right now. They are struggling. They have essentially lost 3 in a row outside of a miracle play. And so we could easily be 1-3 on the season. Now, the Jags aren't a great team. We are back at home, so that should help us out. But it definitely looks like it's going to be an interesting matchup for us. Hopefully, the Aviators can get their act together again. We do have the Jags twice within the next 3 weeks. That really could help us build up some momentum. Luckily, our division is still standing strong. Nobody's really breaking out yet as the team to beat. And so, regardless of our slow start, things could still go our way. Jeffrey Ewing just re-signed to a deal after being injured. Interesting to see that. That is going to be it for this episode, though, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed. Please hit that like button if you did, and I will see you guys next time. Later.